everyone. I hope you all had a good holiday break. Happy New Year. We're going to do a yoga practice to start off our new year, setting new intentions, opening ourselves up for those new intentions. Just get started. We're going to try to keep open mind and we're going to open our body. So really keeping yourself here. So let's go ahead and start lying down. We're going to start off with a mindfulness exercise, just completely flat on the floor. Palms will be up, almost in a Shavasana position. Go ahead and you can close your eyes, taking deep breaths in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Slowly decluttering your mind, bringing yourself into this. And then on your next breath in, let's go ahead and you can either keep your eyes closed or have them open now. But all we're going to do is bring in our right leg into our chest, and I'm going to wrap my hands around my shin here just to pull it closer to my chest. And right now we're in wind releasing pose. So go ahead and hold that knee, pull that knee as close as you can into your chest, keeping both feet active. Try not to remove your shoulders from the floor, creating a rounded back. We want to keep that back nice and natural. And then exhaling, let's go to release that leg, pushing it back to its original place on the mat. And then inhaling, let's bring in the left leg into our chest. And so when I say both feet are active, I mean we're actively using those muscles in our feet. So all our toes are energetic and we're pulling our toes back towards our body. And then exhaling, let's push that leg back to neutral. And on your next inhale, we're going to pull both knees into our chest and just stay here for a breath or two in this full wind release pose. And then with your feet, let's go ahead and point our toes, going into plantar flexion, moving our toes away from our body. And then on your next breath, let's go ahead and come into dorsal flexion, which means activating our feet, pulling those toes back towards our body, flexing the feet. And then let's go ahead and start to roll our feet. So we're going to make a circular motion with our feet, just to warm up our ankles in this position. And then go ahead and go the other direction. If you're going clockwise, going counterclockwise, and vice versa. And then exhaling, let's go ahead and push those legs so that the feet are back on the floor. And we're going to do one last asana here. We're just going to open up our hips. So we're going to take our right foot and it's going to come, the right ankle is going to be placed on the left thigh, and then we're going to pull that thigh in on an inhale, and you can wrap your hands around the shin, the left shin. So feeling that opening in your right hip, and continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Exhaling, let's go ahead and place the left foot back onto the floor. We'll take that right leg off the left, and we'll just wait for the breath, noticing the difference between the right hip and the left hip. And go ahead and see if you can catch yourself if you're ever thinking about the future or the past, really trying to keep your mind here today. All right, so we'll move on to our left side now. We're going to place that left foot, left ankle on the right thigh. We'll pull the right leg in so that we can wrap both arms, both hands around the right shin. And we'll push that leg, the right leg, back to the floor. Let's come back to this neutral position, and then we'll roll over to our right side and come all the way up. So we're going to stretch our sides here, really opening up all our sides, starting from our hip area all the way throughout each side. So let's go ahead and come onto our knees. We're going to start here, and if you do have knees that are a little sensitive, it might be a good idea to grab something like a blanket or something, just to have them under your knees, because we are pressing the knees into the floor. A pillow or something that has some kind of cushion is a good idea to have if you do have sensitive knees. All right, so we're gonna be on that cushion or not, depending on your body. We're gonna start off here, really centering our body, grounding our body into the floor through our knees. Usually we do it with our feet. We're gonna do it with our knees. So knees are pushing into the floor, but we, upper body, are trying to move towards the ceiling here. And then we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhaling, we're going to move our left leg out here. And toes are going to be pointing towards the front of the room as much as you can. And then from there, we're going to continue to push in through our right knee, and we don't want the hip to come out once we start tipping over. So remember that. Let's go in and inhale, taking the hands up into the air. Exhaling, we're going to extend the right side by tipping over towards that left leg. And then you can place your left arm anywhere on that leg as long as it's on the knee. So keep breathing. Try to make sure you're still opening your chest up and not trying to close yourself in. And then inhaling, we'll come all the way back up to neutral. Exhaling, we'll release, and we're going to come back to neutral. Inhaling, we'll ground ourselves once again with both knees on the floor. Exhaling, we're going to pull out that right leg this time. Toes are once again pointing towards the front of the room. Let's inhale, bringing our hands up into the air, releasing those shoulders. Great. Exhaling, we're going to tip over towards the right leg. See if you can focus on your breath in your left side, just to notice how easily it'll flow because that left side is so open. One more breath here. And then inhaling will come all the way up to neutral. Exhaling, let's go ahead and take that right leg back, and we'll just sit on our heels here before we go into Sukasana. So bringing yourself into this crisscross applesauce position. All right, so we're gonna just do a simple cat-cow here. So just to awaken our spine. So let's go ahead and start off in a neutral position. I know we usually end in that neutral position, but we're going to start and end in the neutral position. So finding a natural spine with those natural curves. We're not rounding or arching yet. All right, and then from there, let's go ahead and go into cat. We're going to start to round the spine. Our head will probably start to move down as we're curving that spine. Try to relax your shoulders. They don't need to come too close to your ears. And then inhaling, let's go ahead and come all the way into the exact opposite cow, arching our spine here, creating a sway back or emphasizing our lumbar curve. See if you can notice the difference in the quality of breath in cat versus cow. And we'll release. Once again, we're going to end by finding that neutral position in between those two. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and change the cross of our legs. So the way that you're sitting right now, we're just going to move the other leg in the front. And this may feel a little weird because we're so used to the other way, but we're going to do that just to do both sides and show love to both sides of our body. But now we're going to inhale and take the arms up into the air. And then exhaling, we're going to tip forward. And then whenever you've reached a comfortable spot, you can go ahead and bring your hands to the floor. We're just opening our hips, once again, stretching those hips. So try to look towards the floor, just so you don't strain your neck. Try not to look at the screen or look up in any way. One more breath here. And then let's go ahead and slowly start to walk our hands back towards our body. And from here, we're going to go right into just a simple Sukasana Twist. So go ahead and inhale those hands up. Exhaling, we're going to twist towards the right side. You can bring that left arm, left hand to your right knee to push against one another to twist even more. And then inhaling will come all the way back to neutral. Exhaling, we're going to twist. Go right into our next side, twisting towards the left. See if you can twist just a little bit more in this last breath. And then inhaling will come all the way back to neutral. And we will release. So we're going to start our wind down. So let's go ahead and go into Bharathvajasana. Just a simple twist. We're going to take our right foot and we're going to place it on our left thigh here. And if that's not comfortable, Sukasana is also welcome. Either way, listening to your body. But from there, we're going to twist towards our right side. So inhaling our hands in. Exhaling, we're going to twist towards the right side. And then inhaling, we'll release, coming back to neutral. Exhaling, we'll completely come out of the pose so we can switch sides, taking the left foot onto our right thigh this time. And as we go into our next side, really trying to keep your mind here. I know it's towards the end of the practice, so we all get a little tired, but really using your energy, that last energy, to keep our minds here. All right, so we'll inhale and go right into our left side. Exhale. Inhaling will come all the way out and will come out completely, undoing our legs. And let's go ahead and come onto the floor. We're going to end with 2 last poses here. So go ahead and lay yourself down, and we're going to do happy baby pose. So all we're doing is bringing our knees into our chest. We're going to separate our knees, really stretching out our hips, and we're going to take our hands and place them on our feet. So if you can't reach your feet, if that's a little too much, you can place your hands on your shins or even your thighs, just placing your hands somewhere on your legs just to aid you in opening up those hips. And then bringing the legs back towards each other. Going to place the feet back onto the floor, and we'll go right into Shavasana, extending one foot out at a time. Palms are facing up, relaxing your jaws, your eyes. And bringing your mind onto just your breath. There's nothing else you need to be thinking about, just noticing your breath. And then slowly moving fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Go ahead and bend a knee at a time. Gently shaking or nodding your head. Rolling over to your right side. Pushing into the floor with your arms, and we'll sit in a seated position. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands to our chest. Bowing your head. And go ahead and just tell yourself that you are capable of any intentions you may have for this year. Namaste.